Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit and welcome to something I've been fearing for quite a while. This is a continuation of a zombie cyclone, which if I remember correctly, I didn't enjoy very much when it was there. And the fact is, with these Return of the Cyclone stages, that things actually just get more difficult. For some people it's a fun old challenge, and for me it's a bit of old bother. Only 600 monies or less deploy limit. Wow. Previously, we couldn't really make the filter do that, but oh, now we can. As you can see in the equip menu, it's got it there for us, telling us what is unusable, and I mean, that is just brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I loved update 8.4 so much that people thought I was being sarcastic when doing that video about it, but no, it's brilliant. I want more updates like this. Hang on a minute. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought when I was doing the update, we had a setting where we clicked on favourites and it stayed that way. Now, I thought it did stay that way, and I rather hope it does, instead of having to select it each time. So let's just have usable on now, because we'll need all the help we can get units-wise. This is quite a sight. Look at this. Why no Uber when you can... This is what I've arrived at. I'm not honestly too sure about it, but I mean, if we got such a sort of restriction, hopefully the level itself won't be too difficult. We got some definitely very good rares going on, some collab shenanigans that should be exciting, and if I think about this intelligently, a combo. Now is the first of probably many moments of truth. We have a Zoj to start us off. Well, one solitary Zoj is fine by me. And there's another one behind it. And now what? Oh, you. Wonderful. Well, if we can return to Serenity for at least a little bit, I'm going to do a Razor and Weed Whacker. And he doesn't even have the chance to burrow because Weed Whacker is a procking master. We're on a complete roll. And hopefully with Gato Amigo, we might get the occasional proc of all procs, knocking back an enemy with a meat shield. Oh, this lot seem to be doing fantastically well so far. That is my favourite type of zombie cyclone, one that is frozen and knocked back. I saw that Ecto-8, very good, a knockback, and you killed one of the Zoges. Very good true form for the, 1 minute I've had experience of you. And also pretty hacker looking, I mean, flipping heck. Now, things are getting a little bit more difficult, struggling a little bit on the monies front, and stuff is gradually getting peeled away. So, let's regroup our thoughts and our army and try and think about this more intelligently. I'll just do a couple of erasers, and now we have plenty of cash with which to start. And there is Zari, and we don't really have quite the right cannon for that. So that is just going to burrow in with everything. Let's freeze all of that, so there definitely is some virtue in our cannon, and then spam everything again. But we'll only be able to spam things for a certain amount of time. Oh no! Guess what has just burrowed beneath the ground? It's Zerzeal, horrendous flipping creature. Right, well, let's be intelligent about this. Only miss slow anti-burrow meat shields, or so I've heard, and some knocky-backy whatsits. I think it was useful bringing that combo in, but nevertheless, still difficult. What can our collab unit bring to the table? I'm not sure. I don't even know how it attacks. It seems to swish its head, and is that an attack? I don't know. Maybe it's just saying, no, I'm not attacking. Flipping Regit, you can lose like you deserve to. Things are getting very close here. The Zerzeal's gone, which is excellent. We may have had a brief reprieve, but by brief, I mean very brief indeed. That is a horrible flipping Zangru. This is the thing with zombie levels as well. You end up getting your army fragmented into fighting two completely separate battles, so kind of difficult to record and commentate on. We'll just zoom out and try and talk generally. At the front, we have Zyclone being moved back, which is excellent. At our end, we've just got flipping Zangrus everywhere, which is definitely less good. But a well-placed cannon in between both battles has briefly frozen everything. But I mean, by the time I get on to talking about it, that freeze is long since gone. And we are back very near to trouble, as we always seem to be. And then again, a new battle springs up at the front. Hey, it's gone. Just got a few of these. Definitely not peons, but not as scary when not with Zyclone enemies. And then a victory, which I'm not that elated about. I would have expected it. What we've got to really worry about is what comes next. And by worry, I mean despair. As always then, the second level, a Merciless difficulty, and I have a feeling this one will definitely live up to its level descriptor. This is what I'm first thinking of, much the same meat shielding structure, with two very good Ray units. I wanted to keep the knockback combo because I brought in Bomber to increase the knockback with the knockback combo, but then I realised there's going to be another type of enemy. I haven't been keeping track well enough to know roughly what the other type of enemy is going to be, so we've got Ultraland the Ultraman as a generalist, and we're just probably going to have to change things up. And then Thaumaturge as well, which if the enemy isn't metal, will be effective. Then Housewife Cat, who hopefully this time will not demonetize us. Eva Unit 01, very nice, sort of almost like Jamira Cat for zombie specifically. Very nice, strong and tanky, just stands there and goes oof, like that. But not in a Roblox way, in a more sort of strong and defiant way. Oh! Starred aliens. Wow, okay. But I'm going to take this opportunity to put in the Breaker Blast base. I cannot think of any other time where I'm possibly going to even think of using it. We've saved our energy, luckily. I'm going to go into this with a little degree more optimism than previously. There's a Zyclone and two Ultra Barbars to meet with it. That is a really strange combination, but fair enough. Let's get our erasers out. Make sure I do that before they just get onto my base and I completely forget about them. Right, it one-shots things, so it makes more sense to power out with fast meat shield, and I need to be a bit faster than that by the look of it. Looks like they're actually, yeah, they're just going to get onto my base because, I mean, oh, wow! Wow, okay. Not even a chance to pause to talk about it. That's just it. Well, be aware, I'm not using a leadership on you, so you should be very careful there, Ultra Barbar. I'm going to put on the True Form and Cat 6 Siege Engine because I heard whisperings that Bomber's True Form wasn't very good or something. But that was from one person, so it could easily not be true. But we're going to be improving this bloke because he's pretty bad. And I want him to be pretty good. Cat 8 Behemoth. True Form Evolution improves attack distance and area attack range. Let's give that an evolve. And oh, that is huge. It's almost filling up the entire menu. Right. Possibly not more massive, but definitely more impressive. Cat 8 Behemoth. I'm bringing in Rover Cat as well. Hopefully that can stall Ultra Barbar, although we'll probably find that that's not the case. Not having it in Catalyte form because I don't like the idea of a floating meat shield. We didn't get along with it very well in Andromeda anyway, so we'll keep it in the form it's always done me well in. I think we do well to put on a sniper, and seeming as we have so many, and the start of the battle doesn't afford you too much time, a rich cat as well. We can afford the Eva 01 now, and I completely forgot about my Rover Cat that I said I was going to use, but we're using it now, and would it have done us well? No, it wouldn't have. That just dies anyway, so good job we put the rich cat on, and so now I think it's good time to be saving. Oh, Gang Lion, got that in too. Good against aliens and zombies. Seems like a sensible choice, as is Eva 01, and that is a Froggo. The Breaker Blast actually looked remarkably unimpressive, and I realise I've just got a true form that isn't in my army. That's the thing that I didn't change. Oh dear, I can't do anything about that now. Let's just see how we do and what we do. These two meat shields on repeat, and oh, the warping. The warping is not helping us in any way. Oh, it's like Cats of the Cosmos, but so much worse. This is actually just a completely ridiculous mix of things. I've already managed to make mistakes. The level has intimidated me before I even started the level in the flipping equip menu. I mean, what is going on? Eva 01 seems to be the only unit so far that... Oh, that was quite a good knockback from Breaker Blast, actually. Only unit that's really stuck with it for the whole time. But that is a ridiculous amount of stuff. Absolutely and purely obscene. Bonus time! We're going to be doing the level again. I'm still recording this video after my energy is recovered a bit. To mark this special occasion, let's try and learn from previous mistakes and make a bit of a better slot. So this time I've actually put my Cat 8 Behemoth in there because that was what I was intending to use, and I looked, to the best of my ability, for units that had Warp Blocker that were meat shields, but actually I had my Rover in and that was pretty much it. The only other thing was Rampage Cats, which is a little bit expensive, but I'll just have to work with what I've got. I put another meat shield in there because of my plans, which I shall reveal soon. And I've got rid of Weed Whacker because ultimately a lot of this stuff is good for knockback, and that is the route that I'm going to take. My plan is to use a CPU because then, like in the beginner account videos and things like that, the level can essentially just be done for me in a much more calm, easy kind of way. We're going to need max worker cat for that, and the start doesn't give me much opportunity by the looks of things. So this is my next best plan. Let's give it a go. A random Mohawk cat, why not? Let's admire it. I don't often use Mohawk cats, so there he is. Even despite all those meat shields, they were getting through them somehow. So we're going to get our EVA 01 out, sort them out. Thank you very much, Ultra Barbar. I have no time for the problems that you cause. So it's a little bit difficult even now getting to the sort of point that we will have enough monies to really activate the CPU to any good effect with. But I'll bring out our new true form, which is dark and exciting and fantastic. And EVA 01's going to get warped back, which will actually work in our favour because it was quite far forward. And oh, that's a huge cannon. And I mean, I think it only like hit a snatch, but you know what, we're going to start spamming stuff and I'm going to try and help the CPU along. EVA 01 is struggling, but still alive, and the knockback is still in force. I've just got to keep these meat shields going, just encourage the CPU into actually operating, that we are still on a knife edge. Ultimately, it looks like the battle isn't going to go our way, or if it does, it's only going to go our way in very tiny increments in a sort of scary, very close to the base sense. Just the occasional knockback when stuff's really close to the base, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm spamming the meat shields when I can, and then, well, that's just it, isn't it? The best outcome I can really hope for at the start is just sort of saving up as many monies as possible. So maybe Manic Mohawks will help us to do that because they're so fast, and then we can get some Gato Amigos to stem the flow of this lot. Then have EVA 01 hit all of these at once. If I have one good idea today, I think that this might be it. All of these, or nearly all of these at once, means they're all going to fall away rather quickly, and I can have at them with meat shields. And so then, after that, we'll get this one out. Now, I'll just try and build up as many monies as I can before we activate the CPU when we need to at some soon point. I've also brought back the freezing cannon because that seems to be the one that makes the most sense, and you can only warp me back so far when you're really near my base. Your warping powers aren't going to be as scary as they often are. Gangline has been afforded, so now if I CPU, surely it will just go for spamming meat shields, except for Housewife Cat when it can spam that. And I think this is what we wanted from the CPU, and this is going to be our best chance. That is Gangline dead. Still got our EVA 01 and our nicely newly longer ranged Cat 8 Behemoth. But will it be enough? The stuff is approaching us very quickly, and it looks like no. The Cat 8 Behemoth is dead. EVA 01 stands the ground, but ultimately that gets walked away, and then that's just going to be it. In a rather anticlimactic and disappointing finale that concludes our wasted time, energy, and items as well for today. Fantastic. Alright, hello there, I'm back. We're going to try some more because I failed miserably before and I really would like to be able to do it. So this is what I'm trying now. It could well be really similar to what I last tried because I can't actually remember, but I'm going full on floor 32. The reason I mention that is because I was just doing a very lonely Heavenly Tower stream. Public, but literally just myself there. And my floor 32 strat has these 5 meat shields across the top. And I thought, why not do that again? I'm going to try and develop the CPU way of doing things. And on the bottom, got some relatively cheap procker units. Found out on floor 27, the Ecto Weight Cat is pretty heckin' good. I've also got a Power Pro unit that I probably haven't used in a very long time. All these three, because you will probably note there is a True Form Power Pro unit against zombies. These are zombie knockbackers. I mean, except for Weed Whacker, which obviously isn't a zombie knockbacker, but is still quite good, and I don't have any other specific zombie knockbackers. Bomber, of course, classic, the zombie knockbacker. And then Ultraman, he can knock back anything, unless he dies, which he often does do. I had up in these two slots here the Manic Macho Legs and Macho Legs combo for knockback, but then I thought probably need more meat shields if I'm CPUing it, so we're going to CPU it. And I'm going to put my rich cat on as well, because I've become a little bit more liberal with my items now, using them a bit more often. Being on the beginner account has actually really reminded me that ultimately I do have enough items to be able to be spending them. Don't be so stingy, Regitty boy. Rich cat, CPU, and, gonna be a bit unconventional here, sniper. Probably just a good defense mechanism against what they've got coming up first. But let's find out by going into the battle. Ooh. CPU off. Flower is a ready, and that is an ultra barbar. And hang on a minute. Oh, I talk about my whole strategy on length, and I don't have a barrier breaker. Well, that is easily remedied by something long range, perhaps? Urfuan has barrier breaker, doesn't it? It does. Let's put that in, so we have nice long range instead of blue, which is up close. I trust blue more, but people say Urfuan's very good, so let's use that. Now we are equipped for the level. I've just spent ages talking about how I was equipped for. CPU off, flower at the ready, and this time Ultra Barbar will be defeatable. Right, Eraser and Urfuan, what can you do, my son? Plenty, I hope. All we need... Hang on a minute. Hang on. Right, no, hang on. Hang the heck on. Is this a chance to kill barriers? Urfuan, Destroyer of Worlds? Chance? Excuse me? Right, the Zyclone's already here, which is infinitely worrying, but we've got a knockback, probably from an Ecto weight, but I like to think it was from a Gato Amigo, because that would have been a nice underdog story. Anyway, Urfuan was being an absolute genius there, affecting the old Froggo, but it's dead now, and we are in a little bit of trouble. I could put the CPU on, but ultimately it's going to struggle while it saves up for Ultraman, so I'm going to help it along with meat shields, as I've been doing with my Heavenly Tower and that. Hopefully it will finally find the monies for Ultraman through some little burst of brief cash, and then it will go mad and spam everything. That's my hope, but at the moment we seem to be stagnating at about 2,000 monies and getting nowhere near where we need to be, and with no Urfuan, there are just too many barriers. And we've just got zapped into oblivion, and it being a no continue stage, that's just it. Alright then, I might have tried this before, but I'm possibly reinstating then Little Macho Legs Cat. And with all these meat shields, hopefully I can actually protect them rather than the Ultra Barbars being too much at the start. Because clearly we need a way to kill them at the start that is separate to the way to kill them mid-battle. Mid-battle, I would quite like something lovely and long-range like Urfuan, which is what I'm reasoning as to replacing either 0-1 with it. And looking at how the CPU operated, I need to keep down my expensive units so that I can actually make use of the CPU. Otherwise, my items are all going to go to waste like they did, which has made me very sad indeed. So, with all these meat shields, hopefully the Ultra Barbar bit at the start will be possible to be moved through. If it's not, we might have to give up. Turn CPU off. Flowery base at the ready, Ultra Barbar appears. And this time, it's leg day. Meat shield, meat shield, meat shield, meat shield. Oh, it's a longer recharge time than I expected. But the barrier's broken immediately! Little Macho Legs, you MVP. Worrying that that's still alive, though. Usually dies straight after its barrier's destroyed. Anyway, looks like now, with all these meat shields, we can protect a stack of these. And that is exactly what we need to achieve. Next on the need to achieve list, a bomber to keep that Zyclone away. And then it's all about building up monies for the CPU, basically getting Urfuan, and then the CPU will actually see to the business of meat shielding, something it definitely needs to do. And I just noticed that barrier just stopped my slow cannon, which is more than worrying. Urfuan, and CPU. Just do what you can, CPU. Now is your opportunity. Oh, yes, Urfuan. That is more like it. That is the sort of thing I like to see. And to be honest, this is why I love the CPU. I can now zoom out slightly, pick up my coffee, sit back in my chair, actually focus on the microphone so I'm speaking to it a little bit better, but probably having strange audio fluctuations because I'm moving. And watch the screen as it is being recorded, because I can do nothing now but wait for the level to be completed by the trusty computery boy. Oh no, this is worrying. The CPU has run out of money and everything's dead. Well, actually, you know what? No. I am not wasting any more items then. If you're going to be so insolent as to let that happen, with a strat that I think is perfectly capable of beating that stage, although, yes, clearly, scientifically it's not, but I think it should be, I'm gonna give a big sod it to this one. I apologise that I was not able to win. I have tried my very best over the course of 2 weeks, in fact. We might leave it be if there's no immediate solution to it, though I'm sure you'll tell me an immediate solution if there is one, so feel free to do that. But I will certainly be off now. I will bid you goodbye and say I hope you enjoyed.